The odds on Islam Makhachev against Arman Tsarukyan is absolutely crazy. Arman right now is plus 350 on my betting app, Bet365. I just don't understand why he's that big of an underdog. I'm not gonna complain because I'm gonna make so much money betting on Arman. I'm gonna make so much money and you should too. Like, bet the house on Arman. Someone like Arman should not be plus 350. Number one ranked contender. But what pisses me off about the odds, Arman on his debut against Islam Makhachev at 22, by the way, it was short notice. He was on 2 weeks notice and he made it very competitive against Islam Makhachev. And even though Islam was young too at that time, but he was 27. He was 27, he already had 5 years in the UFC. He came in UFC at 22 years old. He lost his debut, by the way, when he was 22. He got knocked out. Arman at 22 fought Islam, who had 5 years in the UFC, who was 27 at the time. Islam was 27, Arman was 22. Arman gave him the toughest fight of his life. It won fight of the night on that card. Arman got a bonus on his short notice fight, his debut. Now he's number one ranked contender. Just knocked out Beneil Dariush. Beat Charles Oliveira. A lot of people say, oh, split decision. Oh, he barely won. It doesn't matter. Arman controlled the whole fight except being caught in submissions because he was trying to finish Oliveira. He was trying to finish Oliveira even in the third round. The reason why he got in that choke, took Oliveira's back. He was trying to choke him. That's what he wanted to do, but he fell from the back. When he took Oliveira's back, he fell. Then Oliveira caught on the neck. I mean, Oliveira is one of the most dangerous submission artists. Arman still won. Arman still beat Charles Oliveira, was top 3 lightweights of all time. And I believe Arman fought a better Charles Oliveira than Islam Makhachev. The Charles Oliveira that Arman fought learned from the mistakes that he did against Islam. Even against Islam, besides the knockdown and the submission, Arman did better in wrestling, in my opinion, than Islam Makhachev. Islam took down Oliveira just like Arman too, but he didn't land any crazy ground and pound. Arman landed ground and pound and busted Oliveira open. But then in a striking, he landed that one left hook. He countered Oliveira when he did the wild knee. Then he jumped on him and submitted him. So, other than that left hook and dropping him, what did he do that Arman didn't do? Like that's okay, he caught him because Oliveira got reckless. Oliveira against Arman, it was a more composed Oliveira. Oliveira that didn't do mistakes to get caught like that. He wasn't throwing wild knees. His defense got better. He learned from the Islam fight. He's more mature now. So he didn't fight Arman just after losing to Islam. He knocked out Beneil Dariush, another wrestler. He trained for another wrestler, had another wrestling camp, then had another wrestling camp because he was trying to fight Islam Makhachev for the rematch. He had another wrestling camp for Islam, then he had another wrestling camp for Arman for his fight. So this Oliveira was way more prepared. He had 3 wrestling camps after the Islam fight. One for Beneil, the second one, he was gonna fight Islam Makhachev, but he pulled out because of the injury, because of the cut. So Volkanovski stepped in. Then he had another wrestling heavy camp for Arman Tsarukyan. So I think Arman fought a way better Charles Oliveira, someone that was more prepared. And he out-wrestled him. He split him open. He showed better ground and pound than Islam Makhachev. The only thing is, he got too reckless sometimes, so he got caught in a few submissions. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean he's gonna lose to Islam. Islam, he's not as big of a submission threat as Oliveira. Some people on my TikTok, I do TikTok lives. I'm known as the biggest glazer on TikTok. I'm the biggest Arman glazer on TikTok and on YouTube. My viewers tell me, well, Islam Makhachev subbed Oliveira. That means he's a bigger submission threat. It doesn't work like that. He hurt Oliveira on the feet. He dropped him. It was a hurt Oliveira like this. He jumped on him and he subbed him. That doesn't mean he has more submission threat than Oliveira. That's MMA math. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't mean he has more submission threat. No, Charles Oliveira still has more submission threat. And I think Oliveira fight might have been even harder than the Islam fight for Arman. Because whenever you take down Oliveira, there's a chance you get subbed because you can't really hang in Oliveira's guard. He's dangerous. And in a striking, Islam Makhachev got way better defense than Charles Oliveira. That's why Charles couldn't land anything against Islam and Islam dropped him. But offensively, Charles Oliveira, you can say he's more dangerous. Don't forget Charles Oliveira hurt Michael Chandler and finished him. Don't forget he hurt Justin Gaethje one of the best strikers in the division in a feat, and he subbed him. I mean, cool, Max Holloway knocked out Gaethje at the end, but Charles Oliveira did it way earlier. Charles did it in the first round against Gaethje. He dropped him and subbed him. He did good in striking against Dustin Poirier. Charles Oliveira got good striking. He knocked out Beneil Dariush. So Charles Oliveira's striking is good, man. I think offensively he's more dangerous than Islam Makhachev, and Arman fought him. He couldn't do anything to Arman. Arman outstriked Charles Oliveira, and Arman showed his wrestling against Oliveira. He busted him open. So the odds shouldn't be like that, man. The odds shouldn't be like that. I believe Arman Tsarukyan will beat Islam Makhachev. He will bring the belt to Armenia. Come back to this video when it happens. I'm gonna put so much money on Arman, I don't even care, brother. You guys will all say, oh, he's gonna lose his money. I'm not gonna lose nothing. This is the time we have our first Armenian champion. Yes, I'm a little biased because I'm Armenian, but I did my homework and I'm so confident Arman will beat Islam. That's it for today's video. Peace.